Hey Internet, Eric here. Well, I finally made it to the last day for the 12 Days of Christmas Horror. If you don't know what that is, where have you been on my channel for the last 12 days? But it is 12 horror movies that are Christmas themed. Watch them, do 12 discussion videos, upload one a day for 12 days. I made it. This was tough, but it was fun overall. The very last day, I did save the best for last. Spoilers, in my opinion. Santa's sleigh. Now, if you're new to my channel, welcome. I discuss plot spoilers, specific scenes, said that all the time. This came out in 2005. The basic plot of this one is Bill Goldberg plays Santa Claus, and Santa Claus is actually the son of Satan. And for however many thousands of years ago, he was responsible for a bunch of bad things that happened, and he was challenged by an angel. And when he lost said challenge, he was forced to become Santa Claus, the bringer of good tidings to children and everybody for however many thousands of years it was. And now time's up, and he's back to being the evil son of Satan. And it's up to some kid, his wacky grandfather, and the chick from The Hills Have Eyes remake to stop him. I saw this because I'm a huge wrestling fan and I was a big Bill Goldberg fan. Took a chance on it. I thought it could be stupid because, Goldberg had just done like Ready to Rumble. There's all the Hulk Hogan movies. Roddy Piper didn't make the best movies. First time I saw this movie, I fell in love with it, and I still love it to this day. It's so much fun. First off, Bill Goldberg is very, very fun as Santa Claus. First off, I always found it hilarious that a big Jewish wrestler is playing Santa Claus. But he's really, you can tell he's having fun with this role. He's menacing. He does really great with the action because of him, his background as a professional wrestler. I think he was still active as a wrestler at this time, 2005, I'm not sure. But so he can do the action scenes perfectly. His character is nothing but a bunch of Christmas puns. He is intimidating, and when he brings the comedy, he really brings the comedy. Like, one of my favorite scenes is not involving like puns or murder or anything, is when he's walking down the street in the town of Hell, of course. That's the name of the town that he's in. He just walks by like three rabbis and a young little rabbi in training. He looks at him and just like hisses at him. And that's funny because A, Bill Goldberg's Jewish, and B, it's Santa Claus hissing at the rabbi. So, and it's just a lot of fun. I love his performance. The other characters, I love the quirky grandpa, who we find out is, who was his name? Robert Culp. I guess he was a big actor on TV. You find out he was an angel who stopped Santa Claus. And he does a really good job being the quirky, goofy grandpa that everyone thinks is the crazy old man in town. I love the fact how he is preparing his grandson for basically Santa's coming. And he's got his own like bomb shelter in the basement, and he's just a lot of fun too. Just he's not over the top zany, but he's a lot of fun. The other two main characters, you have the kid Nicholas, obviously for Saint Nick. I love how his last name is Yulson for like Yuletide. He's okay for the most part. He is likable. He's got a good chemistry with Emily DeRaven, who plays the girl. He's got a good chemistry with his grandfather. The only time I don't really like him is when he's starting to do like the whole freak out thing. Like, what are we going to do? This isn't going to work. Grandpa, what are we doing? Why are you doing this? Blah, blah, blah. That kind of gets on my nerves. But other than that, he's fine. And then Emily DeRaven as Mary, obviously Virgin Mary. She's a lot of fun too. I've always found her super attractive when I first saw her in The Hills Have Eyes remake, and then she was on that really shitty show Roswell. Well, first season was good, and then it just kind of went to the toilet. She's always been fun every time I've seen her, likable. She's super likable in this. She's got a good chemistry with the Nicholas character. She's good being like... I like how she's like the strong female character because her father's a hunter. So she knows guns, she knows weapons and this and that, and it's fun characters. Dave Thomas, not the Wendy's guy, but the other Dave Thomas. He always plays, like sleazy characters, like assholes, and He plays like the minister or the preacher. I don't know what the difference is, but he's really good in this. I love when we first introduced to him. He's giving a sermon, and he's telling everybody in church, make sure you give, blah blah blah. Oh, I see a lot of coins in that little collection plate. Please make sure you give in paper money too, and stuff like that. And then you find out later how sleazy he is. He uses all the church's donation money to go to Gold Diggers, the strip club, and it's a lot of fun. He's saying Merry Christmas while he's slipping the money into like their leggings and stuff like that. So he's a lot of fun. And then what's his name? Sal Rubinek. He is the likable boss of Mary and Nicholas. Of course, since he's Jewish, he works at a deli. He's fun for the 5 minutes he's in. He's really nice, gives them Christmas presents, and he's got a good death at the hands of Bill Goldberg. But so all the characters in this, other than a little bit of nitpicking from the Nicholas character, are really good, especially Bill Goldberg, and I'll say Dave Thomas. Like deaths, oh my god, so many deaths in this, so creative. The gore, not really a lot of gore. But we get some stabbings, we get some shootings, we get some electrocutions, we get some neck snaps. We get a really cool effect where Dave Thomas, the preacher, has just gone into Gold Diggers, all right, and they got valet parking, so he gets his vehicle taken away. Santa shows up in his big sleigh, and I think it's a buffalo, a mean old buffalo or whatever that is his reindeer, but he calls it his hell deer. And he throws his keys or whip or something to the valet, and the valet takes it away. And the bouncer won't let him go through or something like that. So Bill Goldberg, he grabs Christmas lights. Is it Christmas lights or is it Christmas wreath? I think it might be a Christmas wreath. And he strangles the guy with it, and he doesn't just like strangle him. He throws him on the ground. And he pulls it so much where you see like a close up of the bouncer's eyes turn red, and you just hear it. So that was great. And he walks in, and of course Bill Goldberg is full of puns. He walks in, he's seeing the strippers, and he goes, ho, ho, hoes. And as he grabs one topless stripper, she's like the waitress by the back of the head and does the whole kiss and everything, then lets her go. And rumor has it that was actually his future wife. The one he kissed, the topless one, nice choice, Bill, is this is where they met, and now he's still married to her with a son. So Merry Christmas, I guess. But that's another fun scene, killing everybody, and along with some visual gags, like he's going to grab the stripper pole to kill somebody and electrocute them. But right before he grabs it, even though he's wearing gloves, he gets ready to grab it, and he goes, ugh, and he pulls out some like spray sanitizer and sprays it and wipes it down. So that's a lot of fun. Yeah, lots of good kills here. Someone does get run over by a reindeer or a hell deer, however you want to say that. That's fun. The action is really, really good. There's a great scene where Santa he has just killed the entire police force at the station, which is just like 3 people, and 3 or 4 people, and he steals a police car. And Nicholas and Mary are driving, I think, to Grandpa's house, and they see that it's Bill Goldberg coming out of or Santa Claus coming out of the cop car. So they floor the pickup truck, and he chases after them, and it reminded me of Terminator 2, all right? And he leaps up, and he ends up on the top of the pickup truck, and Nicholas has got Emily DeRaven's rifle, because her father's a hunter. And that's a cool scene of them trying to shake Santa off the pickup truck while Nicholas is trying to shoot him, and Santa falls in the back of the bed of the truck, and eventually they do get him, and he falls out. So really, some really good action scenes. Oh, if you're a wrestling fan, Bill Goldberg does use his spear. That's how he kills Saul Rubinek. He spears through the deli counter, and nails him into the wall, and then he grabs a menorah and impales him to the neck. And then after he's all said and done, he goes through, I think he gets some like rice pudding or something, eats it, and then he leaves. So Bill Goldberg is a lot of fun in this one. And his puns are really, I like how they make his voice a little extra raspy. But he's a lot of fun. I love how when it's finally Christmas Day and Santa makes his appearance. Like, he's already killed some people on like Christmas Eve and the day before, what have you. The first time we see him appear on Christmas Day, I don't know if it's at a church, it might be, but it's the nativity scene, you know, like the decoration outside. Excuse me. And he bursts through that on his sleigh with his hell deer, and he takes a swing. I don't know if it's an axe or what, but he lops the head off of Joseph. Perfect entrance for Santa on Christmas Day when he's an evil bastard like him. I love it's so creative. It's kind of like in Krampus, but way before Krampus came out. This is 10 years before Krampus. I mentioned in my Krampus discussion video how in the past when Ami, the grandma, is telling the story of Krampus, how that was done in like stop motion, like Nightmare Before Christmas was. Well, what's great is when Grandpa here is telling Nicholas and no, it's not when Grandpa's telling. Nicholas is reading Grandpa's old tome, okay? And he's reading it in Norse, of course. That was a rhyme. And when we see the flashback, it's all done like the Rankin and Bass type of animation, like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and Santa Claus Comes to Town. So that was a lot of fun. Done really well with just a narration because the characters don't talk. And you find out how the angel actually defeated Santa. And it was in basically a game of curling. And that is so absurd and out there that I loved it. And again, that comes back into play because after grandfather is killed, I mentioned he is the angel. He comes back in angel form. No. Before he comes back in angel form. I fucked that up. Grandpa challenges him again. And that's when you find out Grandpa was the angel and he gave up his angel powers to be with the woman he fell in love with, which was Nick's grandmother. There we go. And he challenges Santa again to a game of curling, but this time Santa says it's on his terms, so he stomps the ground like they're in an ice skating rink or an ice hockey rink or what have you. He stomps the ground and he opens up, the hole that you got to put the curling thing in, leads to hell. Santa does his, or Grandpa does his. I don't know who goes first, but either way, Santa basically throws Grandpa down the pit of hell, and that was kind of fun. And then eventually, Grandpa comes back in angel form. So that's a cool scene. I like how they think they defeat Santa with an enchanted nutcracker that shoots out chestnuts, and it hurts Santa like a magic bullet. That's creative and fun, but of course Santa gets away. And then I like how the townspeople, spoilers, they think they defeat Santa because what do? We have all these lines dropped about how Mary, her family is full of hunters, all right? So she shows up, she runs into a group of hunters. One is her brother. One is some Native American looking dude who he's smoking a cigarette, but he's talking with like the cancer stick or whatever thing is called. And they convince them they're gonna like hunt some type of deer or elk or something that flies in the sky. I don't know. They believe it, and then they're taking shots out. Or they're taking shots at the sleigh, right? And you think Nicholas, I think it's Nicholas the one that's going to save the day because he's got the gun and he shoots, but suddenly the sleigh blows up, all right? And there's no way Nicholas did that, right? So they turn around and then Mary says, "Hey, Dad, hi, honey, where did you get that? Where did you get that bazooka or that rocket launcher?" And it's her dad walking around with a rocket launcher. He's the one that did it because he's this gun nut. And Fred gave it to me, whatever. The guy with the the lung cancer, and he says, "All it did was cost me a lung." So that was a fun joke. And then you see later, after everybody's celebrating, after the guts have fallen on them, someone's got the hell deer strapped to the hood of their pickup truck. So that's great. And then we get the end where you find out Santa is still alive. He's dressed as a biker because obviously Bill Goldberg's a biker, and he's getting an airplane ticket to the North Pole. So great action. In the end, I'll just say Santa's Sleigh. Absolutely love this movie. So much fun. Not just because I'm a wrestling fan and I like Bill Goldberg. It's just a lot of fun. It's mindless fun. This says it's 95 minutes, but that's, I think, because the credits are super long. It's actually like an hour and 17 minutes. But either way, I think that's definitely a misprint. Because the Yeah, the Blu-ray menu said an hour and 17. Anyways, so it's short and sweet. You have plenty of time to watch this. A lot of fun, likable characters. Bill Goldberg is excellent and a lot of fun. Great action, creative kills. We got nudity for those pervs out there in the strip club scene. A fun ending, a fun way. They got rid of Santa. I absolutely love this movie. This and Gremlins are my yearly watches no matter what. So, highly, highly recommend Santa's Sleigh. So that's it. My last day of the 12 Days of Christmas Horror. Thank you for everyone who has been watching these from day one. Whether you comment or not, thank you. I've been so busy, I will start going back and watching yours. Trust me. But this was a lot of fun. It's hard to do. I don't think I'll be doing it next year. I think I'll just be doing random Christmas movies. But the ones that have been doing this, Bronco Juggalo Talks Movies, The Horror Man, Horrific Nightmares JM, Dave Maggot, check out their channels and what they've done. Yeah, this was a lot of fun overall. I'll have to say the best movie, obviously, Santa's Sleigh. This was the only one that I had seen many times. Best movie I would have to say for these 12 days, other than Santa's Sleigh, since they were first-time watches. Tough to pick between Rare Exports and Krampus. Maybe Krampus gets the nod a little bit. Worst one, definitely Silent Night, Deadly Night 4. Fuck that movie. And I'll leave it at that. If you want to know why, go check out my video for it. But this was a lot of fun. I will say, as of this upload, tomorrow I will finally upload the holiday special of Two Bearded Losers, the video. Frenzy did a really good job editing that. I would have had it up earlier, but the 12 Days of Christmas has taken over a lot of my time, and I didn't want it to get lost in the shuffle. But I hope you enjoy that as well. Just put it on in the background while you guys are wrapping last-minute presents or something. But that'll be up tomorrow. And then I'll probably be taking a little hiatus until this Saturday because I have to do the last Slashback Saturday of the year for the Horror Man. And then Bloody Sunday, and then I'm back to upload it whenever the fuck I feel like it. But in the end, I will say cheers, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Kwezi Kwanzaa, all that stuff from me to you. Cheers, and I just felt like spreading a little Yuletide fear. See, that's some of the puns. Later, guys.